Liverpool are back at the top of English and European football, and with that success comes the power to attract the world's best talents. But while their squad is still stacked with world-class players from Virgil van Dijk at the back to Mohamed Salah leading the charge, there's still one position that needs improvement: the number 9 role. A player who certainly fits this bracket now is Newcastle's United frontman Alexander Isak. The 25-year-old Newcastle striker has taken the Premier League by storm, justifying his £63 million price tag and proving to be one of the most clinical forwards in Europe. This season alone, he's already outscoring some of the league's biggest names, and with reports swirling that he could soon leave St. James Park, Liverpool must be paying attention. But would he be the missing piece for Arne Slot's attack? And why should Liverpool go all in for the Swedish superstar? Let's discuss the reason why Alexander Isak would dominate at Liverpool over other options out there. Now, while top strikers from other leagues like Lautaro Martinez and Victor Osimhen would guarantee goals in other big European leagues like the Serie A, they haven't been tried and tested at the highest level, the Premier League. Since Isak joined Newcastle United in 2022, he's consistently scored goals and helped Eddie Howe's side punch above their weight, securing Champions League football in his first season at the club. So far, he has made 74 appearances in the top flight of English football, with a staggering return of 48 goals. To put that into perspective, that's well over a goal every other game. Isak has been compared to Thierry Henry, and it's easy to see why. Not only does he possess the flair and finesse of one of the Premier League's greatest ever, but he also has an incredible goals per game ratio. The scary thing is that Isak is only getting better. At just 25, he's still yet to reach his peak. And this season, he's shown that he's on an upward trajectory. His first 2 seasons in black and white were impressive, but the 2024-25 campaign has been the one where he's announced himself as a true great, scoring 17 league goals in 22 games. Not to mention the fact he's helped drag Newcastle to a League Cup semi-final. A versatile goal scorer who can rifle the ball in from long range or use his poacher instinct to sniff out a goal, Isak's sense for the back of the net would make him a valuable asset for the Reds. For Liverpool, this is crucial. There would be no adaptation period, no risk of struggling with the league's pace or physicality, and most importantly with a struggling Nunez, why not take a chance on a proven Premier League threat? However, despite Isak's attacking prowess, a huge respect is owed to Eddie Howe for the remarkable way he transformed Newcastle United. With the help of the new owners, he's taken them from relegation strugglers to Champions League challengers in a few seasons. However, Liverpool are in a totally different stratosphere to Isak's current club, in terms of stature and the players that Arne Slot has at his disposal. Isak would be joining a much better team, and therefore would have more opportunity to do what he does best: scoring goals. Liverpool have averaged 58% possession this season, a lot more than Newcastle United with an average of 51%. Liverpool also have more of the ball and creative outlets like Trent Alexander-Arnold and Mohamed Salah, who far outshine the likes of Jacob Murphy and even the former Everton player Anthony Gordon, who Isak has formed a strong partnership with. Mohamed Salah's goal-scoring prowess often leads to his eye for a final ball being overlooked. However, the Egyptian king has 13 assists in the league this season, and if paired with Isak, would certainly make a deadly combination. Salah would have the opportunity to increase his assists with Isak on the end of his crosses and his intelligent movement in and around the box. Isak also has the ability to hold the ball up and bring other players into play, which could prove to be a valuable decoy and allow Salah the freedom to run in behind. And it wouldn't hurt to have Diaz playing on the left, creating chances for the Swedish international. With services from both sides of the field, Isak linking up with the likes of Salah, Diaz and Gakpo would be a sight to behold. But do you think this service would make him more of a threat than he already is? Unquestionably, Alexander Isak is a phenomenal center forward who is mainly known for his world-class goal-scoring ability. But what many overlook is that he's a complete footballer. With the ball at his feet, Isak has drawn comparisons to Thierry Henry. While Erling Haaland is considered the best goal scorer in the world, Isak is right on his heels, but also possesses flair and the technical brilliance that the Manchester City man doesn't. Pace, dribbling, and link-up play are all key aspects of his game. These, combined with his brilliant shooting and heading, have allowed him to become the complete center forward Newcastle needs. Isak's style of play is like a work of art, and similarly to the likes of Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp, he also has the end product. He can play beautiful football, yes, we know that, but he also has the power to win games single-handedly. This allowed Eddie Howe to play him off the left flank at times in his Newcastle career, when the competition between him and Callum Wilson was strong. In his first season at the club, he made a sublime run that led to a goal in the 4-1 dismantling of Everton at Goodison Park. Arne Slot loves versatility in his forwards, with Luis Diaz playing a central role for large portions of this season. Isak's arrival would not only give Liverpool more options in various positions, but Diaz could also return to his natural left-wing role, where he created 64 chances last season. Diaz has somewhat struggled due to his new role and Liverpool's lack of number 9. A move for Isak could finally bring back the spark we're used to seeing in him. A front line of Diaz on the left, Salah on the right, and Isak through the middle would be nothing short of absolute dynamite. All technically sublime, all goal scorers, all chance creators. The trio would complement each other perfectly, and could arguably be the best front three the Premier League has seen since the original Salah, Firmino, and Mane front line that won everything for Liverpool. But do you agree, or would there be a better starting lineup rotation? When a club is interested in signing a new player for a huge sum of money, they need to ensure they'll improve the starting lineup and add to an established squad, especially if a player is valued at over £150 million, which Newcastle are reported to value him at. With this in mind, we must compare him to Darwin Núñez and Diogo Jota. Now, Darwin Núñez typifies what a Liverpool player should be: passionate, hungry, and determined to please the fans. Despite the love and adulation he has received from all quarters of Anfield, his poor form this season means he's becoming a surplus to requirements for Arne Slot and the team. He scored just 6 goals in 29 games in all competitions this season. When you compare this to the mind-blowing 19 in 25 that Isak has managed, it puts things in perspective. The Uruguayan did score a brace in a recent game against Brentford, but that was an outlier in an otherwise drab season. While it may be too soon to write Núñez off, Isak is currently on another level. Similar in age, Isak looks poised to go on and become a generational great. Sadly, Núñez looks a far cry away from that right now. Diogo Jota is a lot closer than Núñez to Isak regarding goal-scoring ability and has an impressive Premier League pedigree. However, his injury record is a problem. We're only in February, and he's already spent over 2 months on the sidelines due to muscular injuries. It isn't like this is his first rodeo either. He spent even longer out last season, unavailable for almost 3 months. Isak has had troubles with injuries as well, missing just over a month altogether this season, along with groin troubles last season. But his injury record pales in comparison to Diogo Jota, who is suffering frequent injuries comparable to someone like Daniel Sturridge. Jota has been a brilliant player for Liverpool, and his 5 goals in 7 Premier League starts this season attest to that. Since moving from Wolverhampton Wanderers in 2020, he has scored 64 goals in 164 appearances for Liverpool, so the talent is definitely there. Jota is genuinely one of the best finishers Liverpool have had in the 21st century. Even with that in mind, and injuries aside, Isak still eclipses them both in terms of goal scoring and overall play, and would be an upgrade on the Portuguese forward. Núñez's poor form along with Jota's injuries make it clear that Isak would be a huge upgrade on the pair if he were to sign a contract with the 6-time European champions. With the ceiling only being so high with Núñez and Jota, is Isak the man to take over the mantle? As we have said, at 25 years old, Alexander Isak is coming into his prime and deserves to be playing his peak years at a top club. Joining Liverpool would give him the chance to represent one of the biggest football clubs in the world. He's becoming a hero on Tyneside for what he's achieved in a black and white shirt, but Newcastle United seems like the last stepping stone before he makes a huge move to one of the best teams in the world. Man City have just extended Haaland's contract, which runs until 2034, so it would be unlikely that Liverpool would have to wrestle with the blue side of Manchester for Isak's signature. Real Madrid now have Kylian Mbappe, and there are a few, if any, clubs that are a hotter prospect for a world-class talent than Liverpool right now. Isak grew up when Liverpool became European champions, and will be fully aware of what the club means globally. If an offer were accepted for him, he would likely jump at the chance to join the Reds and become an integral part of the Arne Slot era. The Reds are on the up, and Isak would help them increase their dominance even further. the type of player who could lead the club to the promised land, to more success on the domestic and European stages, and be the main striker at Anfield for the next 5 seasons. Isak has the potential to win big accolades at club level and is genuinely good enough to compete for individual accolades like the Ballon d'Or one day. If he moves to Liverpool, he could fulfill his potential as one of the elite names in world football. With Isak in red-hot form, it does seem likely that he'll move to a bigger club, but where do you think he should go? Would he become a hero at Anfield? And do you think he's capable of leading the line for Liverpool? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed today's deep dive, click on the next video to find out how Rio Ngomoha and Federico Chiesa are finally breaking through. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more football insights.